Hey everyone, welcome to Go Sage Yourself. I'm Heidi.
I'm Samantha, and this is a space where two unhinged sisters talk spirituality, healing, and all the weird stuff in between.
So today's episode, we're going to be talking about spiritual awakenings.
Yas, queen.
Yes, Queen, look at you.
We started on that. We are called Go Sage Yourself.
Yeah,
And
tell us about that.
yeah, so what that is really about is that no one's going to really come save you. But if you sage yourself with some sage and you start to tune in and align yourself, eventually you'll find your own healing powers to do that for yourself. So, today we're going to start off, and how we'll start out every episode is to use the sage stick. And I'll let Heidi tell you a little bit more about that so that we can get started with being more grounded.
Yeah. So here's some sage. It smells so good. And it's an herb that has been used for a long time over lots of centuries, lots of different groups of people, and lots of lineages to be able to clear your energetic boundaries and your energy around your body and a space. And so we're going to do that together. So we'll sage this recording, we'll sage you, we'll sage ourselves. So you can start by just closing down your eyes if that feels accessible to you, except if you're driving, please don't do that. And we'll take a deep breath together. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, let it go. And here comes the sage. You're not going to do your little sounds, Samantha?
Ooh, ooh,
Wha-
that's a
Are you a ghost?
yes, I am part of the
Okay, fine.
spirituality. You don't know what's here and what's really not here ever.
Ooh. Oh, wow. She's getting deep in this first app.
I am. So
Okay.
let's open up this episode with when you first realized that you might be spiritual. Like, what were the warning signs? Like, what kind of,
Warning signs. Wee wee wee.
I think they can really be warning signs in the beginning because when they first come up, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, why am I like
Well,
attracted to a crystal?
well, I think you're right. And I also think that, like, for a lot of people, it is like a little warning bell because it's like you're not aligned somewhere in your life. And, like, we're sending you some signals to let you know that you need to start connecting in to something higher, to yourself, so that you get on track to live your most aligned life because everyone's here for a really important reason.
I did hear something in a book I read recently that said that every time you see an ambulance, it's an emergency and you should emerge and see what is calling your attention in that moment. So you can just kind of like look around and start to notice, like, are you in the present moment? Are you looking at, like, can you look at something that's grounding? Like, take that opportunity to just use it as a signal from the universe.
Wait, but your husband probably hears that all the time.
That is true, but I'm more talking about when he's off duty. And I don't. So I think that I can use that. It doesn't apply to everyone. What we always say on this podcast from now on is take what you like and leave the rest.
What we always say for the 20 seconds we've been on the air. Yeah.
Yes. What we're going to say for the rest of our thing is that if it feels accessible to you and you like find it resonates,
Yeah.
like take it in. And if you the next ambulance you see, think of me and Heidi.
Yes, queens and
And if
kings
it
and
doesn't,
everything.
then you can just be like, oh, yeah, I heard this on a podcast one time and I don't really care. It doesn't make sense to me. So, anyways, I think let's go further into some of the signs and when they came. Did they come early? Like, what was your experience with some of the spiritual stuff that's been in your life?
Well, I think growing up with our mother, Patricia, that's her code name that she's gonna hate.
That's
We grew up with a holistic psychotherapist as a mother. And so from very early on, we had like crystals in our house and we were being asked to use iMessages and being sent to like acupuncturists and healers and therapists. And so honestly, my first like invitation into all of this, I was pretty rebellious against it. Like, stop telling me what to do.
Yeah, I found the same thing when mom would like take us to Unicorn Village and get all of our food. And then I would sneak off to like CVS, which is now called CVS Emas.
Sorry, I think that's just in Miami, just
That's
saying.
that's true. And anyways, I would go get some like Reese's or like all this other kinds of stuff. And now I find more of just a balance. I still like my Reese's. Shout out to the peanut butter, hollow, like the peanut butter pumpkins and bats, because those are my favorite.
Did you know those are gluten free? I had to like Google every Halloween candy and see if it was gluten free this year.
And are those gluten free? Those
Yeah,
are. Okay,
they
good.
are. And
Listeners,
so are Snickers, and so are Butterfingers. But you
true.
know what's not? Twix, and those are my favorite.
I don't like Twix. It's gross.
What?
It, no. So I guess what we're saying, yeah, Twix is not for me.
But the Cookie Crunch.
No, no. So,
Hmm.
but to each his own. Don't
Right.
what we say in my house
What
is
we always say.
what we always say in my house is don't yuck someone else's yum.
Yeah, we say that
No,
too.
I mean if everyone loved Twix bars, there would be none left for you.
So true.
So for me, I feel the same. I feel I was always like being shown the way, but I had to come to my own way. And so I think that spiritual awakening is something that a lot of times is micro movements until you're ready or I'm ready to really step into what it is. So that's how I feel. What's one thing that made you go like, oh crap, something's changing in me. Like I am not the same person that I used to be. And when did that happen?
Um, why are you asking me all the questions?
I don't know, but
Okay, fine. Um, can you please repeat?
well, when did you really, I mean, you talked a little bit about in the beginning what it was like to grow up in a spiritual home, but then
Yeah.
someone got lost along the way. So when did it really start being like, oh shoot, like this is for reals?
Well, yeah, okay. So I rebelled against all of that and was so annoyed every time our mom like brought that up and tried to make us do things, which I think is totally normal. And in fact, I read something that said like biologically, you're wired as a teenager to like rebel against your family and hate them and want to leave because back in the cave days, you're the young people. Why are you laughing? The young people in the tribe, they didn't want them to be incestual with the other tribe members. So they so they biologically had to hate everyone in their tribe. So they would run away to another tribe and say, "Oh, I'm never living here again. I can't wait to go to college." But in this case, it'd be like, "I can't wait to leave to another tribe." And then because of that, they left to another tribe and they would procreate with somebody else so that they wouldn't pass along their genetic abnormalities.
That makes so much
Yeah,
sense.
right? So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's what happened to me.
Okay. So, do you think you were ever like a cave woman in a past life?
I think we all were because of the egg theory.
Oh, what's the egg theory?
The egg theory is like we were all everybody else at some other point in time. And at some other point in time, everybody else was you. So everybody is walking everybody home to their next body in your home, in your body, somewhere else in some other timeline.
But for what came first, the chicken or the egg?
I don't, they both were each other at another time. So it's like a moot point,
Right. So it's like
a double entendre.
yes, that. Okay. Okay, that
Is
makes sense.
is that the word?
I'm not really sure, but
I said if I could win like a trivia contest, it would be close but no cigar.
I won't be calling you for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So do you want to ask me a question now?
Yeah, but I don't think I answered the first one.
Oh, okay. So go ahead.
So I think I like was so I needed to push away from the family and like rebel. And then in college, I like was like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, can I say that word?
Can, but we need to now make this explicit so that people don't listen in the car with their
Okay.
children.
Well, are like toddlers listening to it anyways?
Toddlers don't matter. They can't really like understand. It's more when you get,
Oh, excuse me. Toddlers can understand things.
I know, but depending on what age they are.
Okay. Well, anyways. So yeah, in college I like had a whole mess of things trying to like find myself and figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and it was just like a hot mess. And then I was like very out of control with all of the things. And then my biffle, Samantha, my other Samantha, called my mother and was like, you gotta figure this girl out. And then they sent me to a spiritual pilgrimage in Peru. And then that's when my spirituality like really got deep.
Yeah. So you had your awakening with the shamans in Peru while you were
I
like
did.
in a
And
cave.
I mean, we were in a cave at one point. Well, we did a sweat lodge
So it all
with you.
circles back to the cave.
See, that's the egg theory.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm ready for my question.
Okay, great. So, what pa- what part of your awakening do you think like hurt the most?
In what way would it have to hurt? Like pinch me?
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Do you think everyone goes through an awakening or just like the lucky and slightly unhinged ones?
I think the weirdest ones are already like pre-wired for it because we tend to be just not the same as everyone else is what I find. So you can always like I see all the like people at music festivals and I'm like,
You're all awakening.
yeah, you're all
But
awake.
do you think like some people in this world are just like, you know, that sh what's that movie with that blue shirt guy?
Um, what movie? With the blue
That
shirt?
movie with the, yeah, that blue shirt guy, Ryan Reynolds. And he's like in a game or something. And he's like, I don't want to call it an MVP because I think that's most valuable player, but he's like maybe an NVP, like a not valuable player. Could
No,
be.
my dog has made an appearance.
He's very cute. He got a haircut. He looks great.
Um, I don't know what movie you're talking about. So,
Okay, but the point is that he's like an MVP, like a not valuable player.
oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? And so like they're just people who are there to like just say like hi, like your mailman or whatever.
No,
Like do
I
you
think
think those people are real?
yes.
Like
I
do you
think
ever drive around in your car and you're like all of these people are having full lives that I know nothing about?
I do. I think about that often. And I've like I talked to my tattoo artist, shout out to you, Bruno, who we were talking about like we're all in
We
a sim
don't talk about Bruno, no, no.
we're talking about how we're all in a simulation. And one
Yeah.
time I actually like couldn't find my passport. And I was and so he told me like just ask the simulation to give it back. And I did. And all of a sudden I found my passport. I was like, it was crazy. So like I think that we're always interacting with this like experience and I think every soul is playing a role. So even
Right.
an MVP that you're talking about is playing a role whether they step into their full awakening or not. It really depends on if you are everyone else, then that's the part of you that isn't awakened yet and I don't know that every part of you will be. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
So
So
you
that's
think those are just like parts of you that haven't been awakened yet, or you think they're just there to help you awaken in a way, and like in every lifetime you maybe have an opportunity to like just be someone who gets to walk around. Like honestly, that kind of sounds nice. I'm exhausted.
I may as well just talk to trees.
Um, I do talk to trees, by the
Yeah.
way, in case you're wondering.
If anyone wants if anyone has a tree in their yard that they want to have a past life regression on to find out what it really is or was in a past life, Heidi is can do that now. She's certified.
No, it's my new gift. I worked with an energy healer and she read my past lives and she helped me clear some energetic gunk. And through that, she like had different games to play with me to help bring my intuition more online. And then what I found is when I put my hands on trees, like I can see what they were in a past life.
What was the tree outside of your house? What was it in a past life?
It depends on which one you're talking about, but when they're usually Disney characters. But sometimes they were trees in other places, like in the redwood forest, one was.
So it
And
moved from the redwood forest to the front of your yard.
no, that one wasn't in the front of my yard. It was like outside on my nature walk.
Do you think if you were a tree, you would want to be in the redwood forest, or would you want to be in front of your house?
I would want to be in the redwood forest, but maybe after the redwood forest, that tree needed a different lesson in life, like a lesson of like finding the mundane beautiful also. Like you can't always be surrounded by the redwood forest.
Right. I do think that's
I think it
important.
depends on what your soul contract is in this lifetime.
So I think to bring it back to spirituality,
Oh, yeah, whoops.
it becomes important to recognize what are your spiritual lessons and where are you being planted and what does that look like for you? Because you could look at every single person as just another person on the planet, or you can look at everyone as a teacher. And so that's where I think it becomes important to recognize our mother as a teacher, to recognize all the people in our family that we want to run away from in the cave as our teacher, and really grow with that. Okay, so
Yeah.
do something fun now as we get wrapped up. So I want to do this fun game that I think it would be. So we're going to do a rapid fire. Okay, so I'm going to ask you rapid fire, 3 signs you're spiritually awakening.
You
Go.
hate everyone, you love crystals, and you can't stop listening to podcasts.
Love it.
Your
Okay,
turn?
yeah.
Okay. What would your spirit guide say about you right now?
That I am doing really well with my
Okay,
life.
that was boring.
No,
If your awakening had a Yelp review, what would it say?
it would say it took a long time to get here, but but eventually found found my way or found her way and is thriving and having fun along the way.
Love
Enjoy
that.
time with this person.
Oh, that's so cutie patootie.
What song best describes your awakening era
Eldest daughter.
by Taylor Swift? What's that song about?
Um, Dun, eldest daughter, she's the first one to the slaughter. And I don't know the rest.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Is that yours?
No, mine is Opalite.
Is this only from Taylor Swift's new album we're allowed to choose?
Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe one of the new Florence songs, but I'm not all the way through the album.
Okay, so is there any other things we want to say before we wrap up this podcast?
Um, that we love you all and we hope you'll keep listening.
Any suggestions or feedback we're really open to. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, you can always go stage yourself.
Hey.